Hi, this is your Professor Sudha Kolathu Parambil, section 11.3, hypothesis test for the difference between two means, paired samples. I'm going to explain to you how to perform a hypothesis test with matched pairs using p-value method and the critical value method. So let's look at the p-value method. Does tuning a car engine improve the gas mileage? A sample of 8 automobiles were run to determine their mileage in miles per gallon. Then each car was given a tune-up and then run again to measure the mileage a second time. The results are presented in this table. The sample mean mileage was higher after tune-up. We would like to determine how strong the evidence is that the population mean mileage is higher after tune-up. These are paired samples because each value before tune-up is paired with the value from the same car after tune-up. By computing the difference between the values in each match pair, we can construct a sample of differences. So we can create a last row here, one more row here, and create a sample of differences. So here we created a row which shows the differences. If we denote the population mean mileage before tune-up by mu1 and the population mean after tune-up by mu2, then the difference mu1 minus mu2 we can actually denote that by mu d. So performing the hypothesis test on mu d will be same as performing the hypothesis test on the difference between the means. Let's look at the notation first. D bar is the sample mean of the differences between the values in the matched pairs, and ST is the sample standard deviation of the differences between the values in the matched pairs, and mu d is the population mean difference for the matched pairs. And let's see what are the assumptions need to be checked. So we have a simple random sample of matched pairs. Either the sample size is large, that means greater than 30, or the differences between the items in the matched pairs shows no evidence of strong skewness or no outliers. This is required to be sure that D bar, the sample mean of the differences, will be approximately normally distributed. The procedure for performing a hypothesis test with a matched pair data using the p-value method. First, check for the assumptions. If the assumptions are satisfied, we can proceed with this following step. First, state the null and alternate hypothesis. Null hypothesis is mu d equal mu 0. Alternate hypothesis will be any of this form depending on the question. Then choose a significant level alpha. Then compute the test statistic using this formula. Then compute the p-value. P-value is the area under the t-curve with n-1 degrees of freedom. If it is a left tail test, p-value is the area to the left of t. And if it is a right tail test, p-value is the area to the right of t. And if it is a two tail test, p-value is the sum of the area on these two tails. Then interpret the p-value. We reject the null hypothesis if p-value is less than or equal alpha. Then state a conclusion. Let's look at an example on hypothesis test for difference between two means with matched pair data. Does tuning a car engine improve the gas mileage? This table represents the difference in the gas mileage before and after tune-up for 8 automobiles. Mu1 is the population mean mileage before tune-up and mu2 is the population mean mileage after tune-up. Population mean of the differences mean mu1 minus mu2, we can represent that as mu d. We would like to determine how strong is the evidence that the population mean mileage is higher after tune-up. Null hypothesis is mu d equals 0, that means there is no change after tune-up, and the alternate hypothesis mu d greater than 0, that means the mileage has increased after the tune-up. We will first check for the assumptions. First we check for the assumption. We have a simple random sample of differences. Since the sample size is small, we must check for signs of strong skewness or outliers. So we can use a dot plot of the differences to check that. So the smaller number here is 0.67 and larger number is 1.68. So I started with 0.6, 0.8, like a 0.2 difference, and I draw a number line. And then I plotted each one. 1.68 will be somewhere here. So approximately I am marking. And 0.87, that will be here. And 1.52, so 1.4 is here, 1.6 is here. So 1.52 will be in between these two. So that is 1.52. Like that, plot all these points. And from the dot plot, you can see that there is no strong skewness or there is no outliers. So we can proceed. Step 1. State the null and alternate hypothesis. Step 2. Choose alpha. It is given in the question. Alpha equal 0.01. Step 3. Compute the test statistic. Mu naught is 0 and n is 8, but we don't know the sample mean and sample standard deviation of the differences. We will find that using the TI-84 calculator. In TI-84 calculator, first press stat, press edit, then enter the values here in the difference, that is D to L1. Then again press stat, then select calc, then select option 1 var, then press enter. Then it will give you the sample mean and the sample standard deviation of the differences. Then substitute these values here to find the test statistic. Under the assumption that H naught is true, mu D will be equal mu naught and that will be equal 0. Test statistic is equal 9.1427. Step 4. Compute the p-value. Under the assumption that H naught is true, the test statistic has a t-distribution. The number of degrees of freedom n-1 equal 8-1, that is equal 7. Alternate hypothesis, mu D greater than 0. So the p-value is the area to the right side of t. Using TI-84 calculator, we can find the area on the right side of t. So first press second, then VARS, then choose option 6, that is TCDF. Then a parenthesis will come. Then enter starting from this value to all the way to a very large number. So that is 10 power 99, comma, the number of degrees of freedom. Then press enter, you will get this value. This is actually a very small number. Negative 5 in the exponent means we need to move this decimal 5 decimal places to the left. That means there will be 4 zeros in front of that. Step 5. Interpret the p-value. P is a value very close to 0 and alpha is 0.01. So P is less than alpha. So we reject the null hypothesis at alpha equal 0.01 level. Now state a conclusion. We conclude that the gas mileage increased after tune-up. Objective 2. Perform a hypothesis test with matched pairs using the critical value method. So first we need to check for the assumptions. Assumption for the critical value method is same for the p-value method. The critical value method for the matched pair data is essentially same as that for the population mean with sigma unknown. If the assumptions are met, we can follow these steps. So first state the null and alternate hypothesis. Null hypothesis is mu D equal mu naught and alternate hypothesis is mu D less than mu naught or greater than or not equal. It can have any of these form depending on the question. After that, choose the significant level alpha and find the critical value correspond to that. Critical value will be based on the alternate hypothesis, left tail, right tail or two tail test and the significant level alpha. and the number of degrees of freedom. Then compute the test statistic. Then compare the test statistic with the critical value. And depending on the left tail, right tail or two tail, we can use this condition to decide whether we should reject the null hypothesis or not. And then state a conclusion. Testing a hypothesis with the critical value method. The critical value method for matched pair data is essentially the same as for the population mean with sigma unknown. We can find the critical value using table A3 or with technology. This table represents the data of 9 automobile. All these values below here that represent the mileage in 1000s of miles. Rear and front means rear pads were, the brake pads were worn to 10% of their original thickness, and the front means front brake pads were worn to 10% of their original thickness, and they are measuring the mileage. Last row, that is the difference in mileage, rear minus front. And the question is, can you conclude that the mean time for the rear brake pads to wear out is longer than the mean time for the front? Use alpha equal 0.05 significant level. First, check for assumption. Because the sample size is small, we will construct a dot plot. We are constructing the dot plot for the differences. So in the last row, find the smallest value, which is 9.6, and the highest value is 11.3. So we can draw a number line starting from 9.5 to, we need to include 11.3. So I can go up to 11.5 with a scale of 0.5. Then plot all these values: 9.9, 10.1, 10.5, 9.6, and make a dot plot. This dot plot shows no evidence of outliers or extreme skewness. So we can proceed. Step 1 is state the null and alternate hypothesis. We are interested in determining whether the mean time for the rear pad is longer than the front. The alternate hypothesis will be mu d greater than 0, and the null hypothesis will be mu d equals 0. Next step is choose alpha, the significant level alpha, and find the critical value. Alpha is given in the question. Alpha is 0.05. Since the alternate hypothesis mu d is greater than 0, greater than means it's a right tail test. Sample size is 9, so degrees of freedom will be 9 minus 1, that is 8. The critical value will be T alpha, that is the value for which the area to the right side of T alpha equal 0.05. In table A3, look at the row correspond to the number of degrees of freedom 8, and the column correspond to this area 0.05, and intersection of those two is 1.860, that is the critical value. Now compute the test statistic. We will use this formula to find the test statistic under the assumptions that null hypothesis mu d equal mu naught, that is equal 0. So this will become 0. In this formula we know only n. We need to find the mean and standard deviation of the differences. So we can enter that into the calculator. So first press stat, then select edit, then enter the data in the last row, the differences, into list L1. Then press stat again, then highlight calc, then select the option 1 var stats and press enter. Then you will get the mean and standard deviation of the differences. Then substitute these values into the formula to find the test statistic. Test statistic is a 60.28. Step 4. Determine whether to reject the null hypothesis. In a right tail test, we reject the null hypothesis if t is greater than or equal alpha. We got the test statistic t equals 60.28 and the critical value 1.860. So here t is greater than t alpha. So we reject the null hypothesis at alpha equal 0.05 level. Step 5. State a conclusion. we conclude that the mean time for rear brake pads to wear out is longer than the mean time for the front brake pads. In this section, you learn how to perform a hypothesis test with match pairs using the p-value method and the critical value method, and the test statistics. This is the formula we used.